Chowder. Stay.
I'm sliding. Hi everyone, in today's side quest we're going to learn how I secure my wigs for cosplay but also dancing. You could like go upside down and stuff. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Kaiyuke. I am a cosplayer, anime art and figure collector, and also a pole dancer. And that's where the dance part of this video kind of comes in and why I said you can go upside down and stuff. I made this YouTube channel to share all of my anime related hobbies, or as I like to call them, side quests. Well, the star of the show, I'm just gonna tell you right now, is this velvet wig band. This is the brand I got on Amazon, but I'm sure there's several different wig bands you can get online. I hear there's also silicone wig bands, and essentially you want something that has a material that will add some friction to your forehead or like your hairline, and that friction will help prevent the wigs from sliding off. So velvet and silicone tend to add more friction to things. So I will be showing you how I put it on, or I perform cospole, which is cosplay and pole dancing. And I'll also include some tips on how I dance with long wigs or wigs with twin tails. I wanted to hop in and say that since filming this video, I had since made my first ponytail wig and performed in it. A ponytail wig is heavier since I treated it like a prop and there's a foam structure underneath, so I was so scared it was going to fly off mid-performance and I was going to be a bald egghead on stage. I was literally thinking of what to do if that happens, because you never know what could go wrong on stage. My plan was to literally take off my wig cap and undo my braid and continue dancing. But I just wanted to mention that this method still works. I pole danced in it, meaning I was upside down and twirling in my ponytail wig. So I'm going to take my hair down. I threw it up in a ponytail after my shoot to just do some other things about my day. Oh, that feels so good. I'm gonna poorly French braid my hair. I say that because I'm not the best at braiding my own hair, even though it's so long. I wish I knew how to style it better. But as long as it's pretty much neatly bundled and out of the way before we put in the wig cap. So there is my sad braid that I would probably not wear out alone in public. And that's okay, because you're gonna hide it under a wig cap. I usually get wig caps for free when I buy my cosplay wigs, and I love it when they give me the wig cap that is like a tunnel. Do you see this? Like, it's open on both ends, and one end has this like thicker band that is intended to like lay against your hairline. Because I am pressing down on my hairline already with this wig band, I don't want to put too much like tension there. So what I've noticed is if I switch it to the not thicker band side, I also don't have that big like crease on my forehead when I take off my wig at the end of the day. So yeah, usually I would hold this forward. Okay, so looking at, so I am just gonna do that. This is not the neatest tutorial, but I hope you understand what I'm doing. And then I kind of just roll up. Some people really like to like pin their braids or even do two really flat French braids in the back, but I'm lazy. And other people will like do a little swirl and bobby pin it in place, but I just kind of scoop them. Yeah. Back there, my hair's already kind of thin, so I just flatten it. So the instructions for this particular wig band says that wear with label facing outward on the right side of head as shown. So I'm just trying to do that. Okay, and I do it a little like in between my hairline and where the wig cap is, just on my right side. And you don't need to like really pull it back. I feel like the friction alone keeps everything snug, so I don't think you really need to pull it, because I've noticed I think I'm getting traction alopecia on my hairline because of these cosplay wigs, so I'm trying to be as gentle as possible. Okay, so I would say the next step is optional, and so I would only do this if you think that, or well, I would only do this personally if my wig tends to be more slippery or like looser than my other wigs. But I found that I could skip this, or I can skip this step most of the time. That is pinning this wig band to your wig cap. And so when I use bobby pins, there is like this zigzaggy end and then the smooth end. So I do the zigzaggy end underneath to create like, I don't know, more friction or catch more hair. And then I crisscross two bobby pins together, and that makes it super secure. And so I will do that above the ear on both sides, something like that. And then I'll do two in the back, like below the ear on both sides. And today I am Cece from Code Geass. I watched it in the 2000s in Japanese, and I never really paid attention, but apparently her name is C2, but they would spell it C dot, so I was like CC. So when I dance, this is preferable when you have a more like flexible elastic, because there are some that are just like one fabric, but because this has like, what is this even called? It reminds me of like tripe, like when you eat pho. But okay, that's, I don't know, is that gross? Anyways, so this is the center of my wig, and I'm just going to, I align this part of my forehead, I like to turn it inside out, and then center it just a little in front of my hairline so I could still pull it back. I don't know if you can see this, but there's like these two little hooks. Alright, so something like that. Then I pull the back of the wig over my bulge. I hope this can be seen on camera well. Oh well. And then it's not like that. And then you look like this. And then you throw it back. Okay, so I'm using this tiny mirror. Hold on, I have a mirror right here. So, pardon me, but pretty much what I'm doing is I'm centering this hairline, fixing the bangs. Okay, so I don't know, is the bulge noticeable? Sometimes it is, sometimes the wig's pretty forgiving. Okay, so there she is. So now we're bobby pinning the wig to the wig band, and if you can get the wig cap in there, I don't know if you can finesse that sandwich, but as long as you maybe did, or okay, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so now, so my wig band is right under here. Same crisscross as earlier. And then hide those pins. Bring it forward. And same thing on the other side. Okay, crisscross on the other side. Bring it a little forward. Hide those pins a little. Okay, and then I definitely do the two crisscross in the back. And then the other side. Okay, so if I go like this. Okay, what about this? Oh my god, I'm gonna throw my neck. Okay, now I gotta fix my bangs again, but hold on. Oh, it's stupid. So this isn't a wig styling video, so don't make fun of my like bangs that I cut myself. But I will say, and I will give some tips that have helped me in performing or dancing in cosplay wigs. And number one is crimping your wigs. And so I hope I did a good enough job that you can't see any deep crimps in here. So my friends that love to style wigs have always told me to crimp my wigs and also use a steamer, and it'll help making styling your wigs a lot easier. And for the longest time, I just like didn't. And then I finally did it for performance in my Hinata cosplay that I performed at Hentai Matsuri with, and it was a world of a difference. So crimping your wigs really helps detangle them faster. That wig and also this wig were terribly tangled. It took me over an hour to just comb them through to get all the tangles out. And so once you do that, that's when you want to crimp your wig. I like to start at like the most bottom layer, and I'll like tie up the rest of it, and start at the base and then just work your way down. After I do maybe like 3 passes with the deepest crimp, so the crimper I have came with many plates, so I got the one with the deepest crimp. Once I do 3 crimps, I immediately comb it out while it's still hot so that those crimps don't really stay that prominent. Once you get better, it looks like, unlike me, but it looks like other people who wig style, you know, more and professionally can get it to a point where you still have the texture from the crimping, but it looks so smooth. So I don't know if I'm at that point yet, but practice makes perfect. And honestly, like, even if you're not, I would say give it a try.
So since filming this video, I saw some people online just running their crimper through the crimps to straighten it, and that helped me feel not rushed against time. and the cooling off of the crimp to comb it out while still hot, like I mentioned in the first method. Also, just straightening the crimps after seems like a more surefire way to straighten crimps anyway. Channels like Honeycomb on YouTube have been super helpful for me.
I think it's really made a difference in dealing with wigs, even if I'm not performing in them. When I'm walking around cons or events with a really long wig, it tends to tangle and bundle at the back of my neck, and then that's just like really gross and like a tough time to get out. So I have performed in 2 characters that have twin tails, and how those wigs worked were the twin tails were like claw clips, and both characters also had hair accessories. So the first one is Rebecca from Cyberpunk. She has like these, I don't know, this headband thing. And then Liz, that Marin cosplays in My Dress Up Darling, she has 2 horns. And so for those accessories, I found that it's best to glue them onto a headband. So I use felt to get the majority, I guess, of the surface area around the headband, or easier to glue around the headband. And then I wear that, and then I claw clip the pigtails, twin tails in place, and they don't really move when I'm dancing. I don't really use any bobby pins, but I haven't tried that without twin tails. So I haven't danced with a character that has hair accessories but no claw clip twin tails to hold them in place. So I don't really know how to do that yet. For example, I danced in 02 and her headband kept flying off, and I guess I could bobby pin it, but sometimes wig bands are a little too thick for bobby pins to kind of wrap around, and then they're just like this on your head. So I'll play around with that. In terms of twin tails getting like tangly also, what I've learned on the internet but haven't tried yet is that there's a hack where people wrap their twin tails or their braids in like a very sheer mesh, or a mesh in the same color of their wig, and that helps make it look sleek and no like flyaways. And so I kind of want to give that a try the next time I dance with those characters or someone similar. So I guess I'll give it a shot. Please. She's so excited. You're so excited. You want to wear your pizza hat? Why are you blinking with one? Alright, chat, we're in 0.5 because my room is really small. And I also added these shelves that are a work in progress, so please ignore them. But I do have a CC shelf over here so you can see my obsession with code use. I'll show you that later. My co-star today, Chowder the pug. Oh, she doesn't like that. Okay. Okay, so usually when I cosplay CC, I usually wear white shorts or a skirt, but I don't want to get banned on YouTube for pulling and being like half naked or whatever. So I have these grippy leggings, which are super cool. And also, if you want to be modest and start pulling, these are a great option. I haven't tried them out in a while, so I hope they're still grippy and I hope I don't fall. Okay. So I had taken this pole down for a while, but just for you guys, I'm gonna test out my wig cap and try not to kick any of my shells. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the fabric. Okay, so I'm gonna invert. My hips. Oh my god, these grippy leggings. I'm sliding! I look like it's such a noob. I want to take these leggings off. My husband said that wasn't high enough, so I'm gonna climb. This is fun. I like being stupid on the internet. Alright, fab, wig is still on. I mean, even tangle free for the most part. Pre-crimping, this would be so tangled and would take me like 20 minutes to comb out. Alright, let's try a crucifix. My feet are on the ceiling. Like this? What other move should I do? I could do a cross-legged lay back. Okay. I gotta go higher. Don't fall that way. Fall this way. dizzy. I probably look so dumb in 0.5. See if I can. There, can you put it on me?
Chowder. Stay. Chowder. Yeah.
Okay, can you get her? Oh shit! We're good. Okay, I'm gonna try it without the wig band. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put the wig back on. Hook. There, please stay. Oh my goodness, I'm losing everything. There it is. Okay. Let's do the shake test. Let's do the trend. Wait, my belts are all stupid. The way they don't love you like I love you. Actually, I don't even know if that's the dance, but alright. I don't want to hit my head. Hey, it stayed, but I felt that slip. Let's try again. Okay, we're still on. Okay, we're still on. So, I guess you can just do your basic TikTok dances. Let's see if it works. I hope I'm in frame. Oh, I already feel it slipping. Hold on, let's hook. If I could just hook. Alright, well, there's your answer. I'm not putting that shit back on. It's too much work. Well, thanks so much for watching my experiment, I guess. And I will catch you in the next side quest. Bye! She's over it. Chowder!